In the last video about gadgets from China, many people like these music boxes. And we found a keychain version. It's so small. First, you should twist the knob, and then the mechanism and the gears rotate a drum that makes a sound. By the way, the sound gets louder if you press it against the table, for example. The whole table starts to emit sound. The keychain is very small. You can take it with you by attaching it to your backpack or your keys. Xiaomi has released an interesting version of a pocket flashlight. And the light is bright enough, by the way. You can easily find a fat cat in almost complete darkness. This seems to be a good indicator. It is charged through the Type-C port, and the best thing is that it can give the charge to your smartphone. Of course, it will not charge it completely, but in emergency situations it may give you about 30%. You certainly can't guess what this is. Well, any ideas? No, not a flashlight or a power bank. Okay, how about this? No, not an enema. This is a portable disinfectant lamp. At the push of a button, the two tubes inside the bulb glow brightly and emit ultraviolet rays. They have a devastating effect on bacteria. In other words, ultraviolet light kills them. Where can this be used? Well, anywhere you can think of. For example, you can disinfect your cat. Although no, the sticker says it's better not to use this on living beings and plants. Then you can disinfect your sneakers from the inside by putting the emitter inside the sneaker. The bacteria will die and the bad smell should go away. I think 2 minutes for each sneaker should be enough. And when you are done, you can disinfect the water. Yeah, just after the sneaker, because the lamp itself certainly doesn't have any bacteria on it. Especially this thing will be useful somewhere on a camping trip when you get water from a creek. And there is no time to boil it. It's a really cool thing which can come in handy in many places. The Chinese have invented this really cool pencil, which can detect voltage in wires and break in them. Look, pointed at a cat. And what? Right, nothing, because there's no voltage in cats. But if you bring the tip of the pencil to the wire of a working lamp, it begins to beep, signaling that the wire is under voltage. This is where the voltage goes up from the bottom of the wire to the lamp. And we break this circuit by turning off the switch. Now we test it. Up to the switch, the unit beeps, and then it is silent because there is no voltage there. We can even check if there is a current at the switches. It is very simple and useful. I think every household should have something like this. By the way, there is also a flashlight. This year we bought a cool multi-level scratch pad for Cookie. It was quite expensive. However, it seems that someone has a too heavy tummy and doesn't know how to play carefully. Yeah, so what should we do now, Cookie? Seriously? You break it and I have to fix it. Okay, so this is the piece of mount that broke off of the base of the balcony. So specifically for this, I ordered 2 of these 2 tubes, which do a great job of repairing all kinds of damage. They are 2 components of epoxy glue, but the tubes there are 5 times smaller and 10 times more expensive. It is necessary to pour equal amounts of the contents of the tube on a piece of cardboard, for example. After that, stir it with a chopstick until it becomes homogeneous. Now with the same stick, we dab on all the joints that we want to glue and assemble the puzzle together. This is the result. Not very neat, but there is no need to make it look pretty. Then we leave it to harden for a few hours. And then we put the rest of the epoxy on some duct tape, for example, to see how hard it gets. In the morning, it was just like stone. It was impossible to break it with your hands. Only by hitting it with a hammer did it crack. It's very hard actually. Now we screw our balcony back into place and everything looks good as new. The glue can withstand the weight of even a fat cat. In the previous videos, we bought ourselves these mousepads stylized to look like old rugs. Now it was time to take it to the next level. We ordered a tube with a huge king of all mats twisted inside. Just look at this giant. It will be enough not only for a mouse, but also for a keyboard. The edges of the mat are stitched, the bottom part is rubberized, and inside we found this bonus. We thought about hanging it on Cookie, but his neck was too thick. Let's try it in the workspace, where all our videos are edited. It feels good, hands won't stick to the desk in the heat anymore. Looks cozy and noble, I feel like a sultan on the carpet. Let me quickly show you funny spoons that are made to look like ordinary shovels. Of course, they are not super high quality, but they look very cool, and you can amuse your guests by giving them these utensils. Now it's time to look at the last two gadgets. One of them has completely changed my idea of soldering. Let's start with the flame pen. It can be used for many purposes, including soldering. Let's fill it up with gas using our homemade syringe needle adapter that we made in one of our videos. Done! We get a small and clear flame off of the tip of this conveniently shaped device. Now we get to the most interesting part. This is the soldering paste. Watch how it works. We put the paste on two wires. We put them together and heat them. The paste turns into metal and it fuses the two wires firmly together. Wow, I don't know how it works, but it works. Perhaps the paste contains small pieces of powdered metal, which fuse together when heated and remains on the wires. It's some kind of magic.